to Arch's detriment, he did take a little too long with some reads. He was late on throws. He missed some open targets. There is nobody on this tech.
But I've said this for a long time. The hype on Arch Manning was fucking insane. He is, and I know what you're doing. Like, you're in the business. I always hate the word, like, it's for clicks. Well, yeah, that's the business they're in. Like, the business Ryan Day's in is to win games. If you do something for the internet in terms of writing, your job is to get people to click on it and look. Right? It's why Bronny James a couple years ago was mocked as a top 10 pick. It's why Arch Manning this year is being, most people are talking about it. It's not just one person, it's universal.
Arch Manning, the name everyone's been talking about in college football, has now become the center of attention here in Cleveland. With GM Andrew Berry and owner Jimmy Haslam making their way to his game, all eyes are on him. But things took a turn when Manning fumbled, not just once, but really badly, and now the debate is heating up. Some are quick to defend him, chalking it up to a single game, but others are asking whether the hype is really justified. Meanwhile, with Cleveland's interest clearly peaking, there's a growing sense that the Browns might be eyeing Manning for the future, using Shedeur for this season, but planning to pivot next year. But what's really going on here? Let's break it all down.
And I don't think he's coming out after 1 year.
I don't either.
I don't.
No.
But I think there will be a conversation about it given who holds the first pick.
Arch Manning is still just 1 year into his college football career, playing his first ever season. And yet, people are already talking about him potentially jumping to the NFL next year. What's even more surprising is that the Cleveland Browns are reportedly showing serious interest in him. The hype surrounding Manning is huge, even though he's still in the early stages of his college journey. But the Browns' interest in Manning seems a bit unjustifiable, especially when Shedeur Sanders is still on the clock and available for them. Shedeur has put up incredible numbers and shown elite skills in college, yet Manning is still being hailed as the potential QB messiah for Cleveland. The question is, why the focus on Manning when Shedeur has the better stats and track record so far? Let's dig into the numbers both quarterbacks have produced in college and see how they really stack up. When comparing Arch Manning and Shedeur Sanders, it's clear that both quarterbacks have unique skill sets and impressive pedigrees. However, their paths to prominence and college careers have been vastly different, which makes the growing hype around Manning's potential leap to the NFL next year even more interesting, especially considering Sanders' highly productive and polished college career. Starting with their 2024 seasons, Manning, still in his redshirt freshman year at Texas, played in a limited capacity. He had only 2 starts, with most of his action coming in relief of starter Quinn Ewers. In his brief appearances, Manning showed flashes of his potential, such as his 223-yard, 5-touchdown game against UTSA. His overall numbers from 2024, 63 completions on 95 attempts for 969 yards, 9 touchdowns, and just 2 interceptions, look solid, but they came on a very limited sample size. Manning's dual-threat ability was also on display, with 115 rushing yards and 4 rushing touchdowns. His most significant struggle came in a full start against ULM, where he posted a less than impressive line, throwing for 258 yards, but with 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. In contrast, Shedeur Sanders had a full season as the starter for the Colorado Buffaloes in 2024, and his numbers reflect that. Sanders completed 353 of 477 passes for 4,134 yards, 37 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions, leading Colorado to a 9-4 record and an Alamo Bowl appearance. His efficiency, completing 74% of his passes, is remarkable, especially considering Colorado's offensive line issues, which led to Sanders being sacked a staggering 42 times. Despite the pressure, Sanders maintained one of the lowest off-target rates in the nation, demonstrating elite accuracy and decision-making. His poise and consistency as a full-time starter make his numbers all the more impressive, especially when compared to Manning's much smaller sample size. Looking at their rushing stats, Manning clearly had more mobility, with 115 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns, including a 67-yard touchdown run that showcased his athleticism. Sanders, on the other hand, isn't known for his mobility, and his rushing stats were hindered by the number of sacks he endured. Still, he added 4 rushing touchdowns, proving he could contribute in that area when needed. While both quarterbacks have undeniable talent, the comparison between Manning and Sanders shows a clear contrast in experience and consistency. Sanders, after multiple years as a starting quarterback, demonstrated leadership, overcoming adversity with a porous offensive line while leading Colorado to one of its best seasons in recent memory. Manning, on the other hand, has yet to play a full season and remains in the early stages of his development, with his debut game in 2025 against Ohio State highlighting some of the struggles he faces, such as accuracy issues and poor decision-making under pressure. Despite Sanders' proven track record, the hype surrounding Manning is undeniable. His last name alone carries immense weight, being the nephew of NFL legends Peyton and Eli Manning. This pedigree has generated astronomical expectations for the young quarterback, making it easier for many to overlook his shortcomings and focus on his potential. Meanwhile, Sanders, despite having arguably a better college career, faced more scrutiny, especially regarding his decision-making under pressure and the high number of sacks he took. In terms of their future, Manning's 2025 season is crucial. If he can prove himself in the tough SEC, where Texas faces schools like Florida, Oklahoma, and Georgia, he could solidify his position as one of the top prospects for the 2026 NFL Draft. On the other hand, Sanders, now with the Cleveland Browns, will likely be a backup in his rookie year, but his college performance has set the stage for a potential day-one start down the road. With Sanders' polished playmaking ability and Manning's raw potential, the conversation around who the Browns should bet on for the future is one that will continue to evolve as their careers unfold.
But I've said this for a long time. The hype on Arch Manning was fucking insane. He is, and I know what you're doing, like you're in the business. I always hate the word like, it's for clicks. Well, yeah, that's the business they're in. Like the business Ryan Day's in is to win games. If you do something for the internet in terms of writing, your job is to get people to click on it and look, right? It's why Bronny James a couple years ago was mocked as a top 10 pick. It's why Arch Manning this year is being, most people are talking about it. It's not just one person, it's universal.
In contrast, Shedeur Sanders' college career has been a testament to hard work, resilience, and skill. His consistent play in a challenging environment, leading a rebuilding Colorado team to a 9-4 season, has proven that he can handle the pressure and deliver when it counts. While the debate will undoubtedly continue, it's clear that the Browns have a decision to make regarding their future quarterback. Whether they stick with Sanders, a proven talent, or gamble on Manning's potential remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: the hype surrounding Manning needs to be tempered with reality if he is to live up to the massive expectations placed upon him. So, what do you think about all this? Is the hype around Arch Manning justified, or is it simply media-driven noise that doesn't reflect his actual performance? Do you think the Browns are making a mistake by focusing on Manning's potential instead of giving Shedeur Sanders the recognition he deserves after his standout college career? Are we putting too much pressure on a young player who's just starting out, or is Manning truly the future of the NFL? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Your opinions matter, and we'd love to hear from you on this heated debate.